World car conglomerates are actively developing flying cars. Porsche even included this in their development plan until 2025. They will also work together with Boeing to build a premium class air taxi. What do you think? Maybe in a few years our cars will be flying over the city and they won't need wheels. Time to get back down to earth. Right now, flying cars are still just projects that remain on paper. Wheels aren't going anywhere for years. And to make sure your car can drive smoothly and safely, you'll need some modern technologies. Just check out these tires of the future. They're equally as amazing as even the coolest flying vehicle concepts. American company Orbis showcased a wheel you can place an electrical engine into. Looks cool, right? Like something out of a sci-fi film. No, such engine placement is no sensation. Putting the engine inside the hub assembly is a very old idea, literally over 100 years old. But the unique feature of Orbis's wheels is that they're universal, meaning that unlike other engine-equipped wheels, these ones can be installed on any production car. After some minor modernization, the electrical engines inside the wheels can complement the work of the simple petrol engine. The project is called Ring Wheel. Its installation will make any two-wheel drive car into a four-wheel drive and add from 100 to 150 horsepower to its engine. But there's something else that'll please car owners. When Ring Wheel was tested, a noticeable amount of petrol was saved. And Orbis's wheels are basically just light aluminum discs with a tire, brakes, and a compact stationary electric engine rotating a ring gear. The simplicity of the construction is amazing. Such a wheel weighs almost exactly the same as a regular one, and it's easy to attach to standard suspension arms, meaning you won't have to refurbish your entire vehicle just to put on the wheels. The only problem is, Orbis is charging $10,000 for installing a pair of such wheels. Quite the steep price, what can you say? Why are tires filled with air? Well, to make driving smoother. And the roads in many cities leave much to be desired. Potholes, ditches, bumps. What car owner doesn't dream of buying a wheel that is completely puncture-proof? This is why multiple companies at once are developing airless tires. But such tires don't just provide really smooth, comfortable, and safe driving. They also keep the car stable during turns when the sidewalls of the tires are under serious loads. For example, airless tires are being simultaneously developed by Michelin and General Motors. UPTIS stands for Unique Puncture-Proof Tire System. The inner framework from layers of flexible rubber prevents shaking when the car is in motion. Even if the vehicle hits a rock or goes into a ditch, the suspension won't break down. UPTIS tires are flexible enough to absorb the energy of the hit. And at the same time, they are rather strong. Materials based on reinforced rubber and fiberglass polymer help the car achieve impressive speeds on smooth, asphalted roads. Of course, UPTIS is not the only technology Michelin is developing. How do you like this futuristic airless wheel? The Michelin Vision was 3D printed from organic and biodegradable materials. Looks a little alien, right? Most interestingly, the porous design is not just for show. The wheel is incredibly strong. And that's considering the engineers plan to manufacture these wheels from bamboo, natural rubber, wood, and even orange rind. After all, rubber is an oil product, which means that when it comes to ecology, to put it mildly, it doesn't help. But to make their tires, Michelin will use waste products from wood processing and other companies. The engineers claim that such wheels will practically last forever. The solid wheel without a disc is impossible to puncture. If it wears down, a protector layer can be applied, and it will never deflate. Just don't tell Tom Brady, or he might take it as a challenge. Cool, right? What do you think about giving up rubber tires? The constructors of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA, propose making a wheel out of wire. Quite likely, if this was suggested by somebody other than the best space agency of the planet, you'd consider it nonsense. But the model NASA engineers created is really very effective. The wheel made by NASA isn't just made out of wire. The secret is the construction itself. The way the wheel is structured reminds of medieval chain armor. Each wind supports the next, and together they create an incredibly strong framework. Why did they need to make it so complicated? Well, the thing is, these wheels will be used in future Mars rovers, and the surface of the red planet is covered with sharp stones that can literally cut through metal. In order for the wire tires to be able to weather this, they are made out of a special titanium nickelide alloy. Thanks to the unique shape memory of the material, it can restore itself after up to 10% strain. During testing, the scientists recreated Mars conditions on Earth, and the titanium nickelide tires did a great job. If these wheels are good enough to drive on Mars, that'll be the best advertisement possible for car owners. What do you think? You think a bunch of drivers will want to install them on their cars? Engineers are already experimenting with putting wire tires on passenger cars, off-road vehicles, military and agricultural technology. For example, similar tires were installed on a Jeep Wrangler, and the test drive went great. Would you be willing to change your regular rubber tires for such a novelty? This is how most people imagine future technologies. Straight lines, lighting, an accent on being high-tech. For some reason, this has already become somewhat of a stereotype, but not for South Korean manufacturer Hankook. Their Aeroflow and Hexonic tires look like a futuristic concept for some cyberpunk movie. But believe us, these aren't just decorative elements. The tires are actually incredibly cool. And now you'll find out why. Hexonic is an intelligent tire concept for self-driving cars. These wheels could be used in autonomous taxis. They scan the road, analyzing the temperature, quality, and the condition of the surface. Then the wheel adjusts its own surface to best fit these conditions in real time, all to provide maximum comfort for the passengers. Aeroflow is the future of motor transport. The key point here is the maximum grip on the road surface. This would allow race car drivers of the future to reach even higher speeds while remaining maneuverable. To this end, they have 2 layers of protection, as well as a technology to get additional airflow while driving in order to maximize the grip. Both of the concepts are in development, but they're already receiving awards at the Essen Motor Show, a large European exhibition of new motor technologies. Autonomous and flying cars of the future will also need wheels, and we suspect they'll be designed by the company Goodyear. Their tire concept was introduced quite recently in 2019, but the project attracted attention immediately. How do you like the spokes of this wheel? Do you think that's just a pretty design feature? No, they're blades just like a helicopter. Yeah, you heard right. Goodyear's tire, called Aero, is a hybrid. When the car drives on the ground, the wheels act like normal wheels. But when the car soars upward on vertical jet engines, the wheels orient themselves horizontally and the spokes create additional lift, acting like helicopter blades. And that's not all. The wheel has built-in sensors for analyzing the road surface and an AI system to exchange information with other cars. This way, a large number of traffic accidents could be avoided. And also, the wheel uses an electromagnetic field to reduce friction. We'll just have to wait until flying cars actually appear on the market, and we'll be able to try out Goodyear's tires in practice. And what if we tell you that the tires of the future will be able to solve the energy problem? Goodyear BH03 is a completely unique tire design that will generate electricity while driving. It works in 2 ways. Firstly, the tires act as solar panels. When the car is in direct sunlight, the tires charge up and transfer their energy to the battery or straight to the engine if we're talking about electric cars. And secondly, when the car moves, friction between the asphalt and the tires creates heat energy. Goodyear BH03 tires turn that too into electricity. So you drive while charging your car at the same time. Of course, even if you install 4 such wheels, the efficiency won't be high enough to create a perpetuum mobile, but the amount of money you'll save will be quite impressive. About 25% of all cars on Earth have tires that are too soft and don't have enough pressure in them. This increases fuel consumption considerably. The company Continental thought of a way to fix this problem. They produce tires equipped with a pressure sensor and a centrifugal pump. When the tire understands it doesn't have enough air, it regulates the pressure inside of itself during the movement. In the future, Continental plans to improve its system and make it smarter. Just imagine, the wheel analyzes the state of the road surface itself and changes the tire's elasticity for off-road, asphalt, different driving conditions, temperatures, and weather. And this not only saves you a decent amount of fuel, but it also reduces carbon emissions by burning less petrol. Environmental issues are becoming more and more relevant with the increasing number of cars, don't you agree? The round shape of the wheel is optimal for driving, which has been obvious for thousands of years. But what if you go further and use a sphere? How do you like this idea? These tires are called Eagle 360, and they are made by Goodyear. A car that uses them could become more maneuverable than ever. How would you like being able to do a U-turn or drive sideways without any unnecessary maneuvers? Of course, nobody canceled the law of inertia, but the project still has amazing prospects, especially if you take its improvement into account. The Eagle 360 Urban equipped with AI. The wheels are covered with a special substance that analyzes and transfers information about the road and the driving conditions and makes appropriate adjustments. It can also transfer this information to other wheels. The only problem, you can't find any suspensions that could hold such spherical wheels almost anywhere. What do you think? Will there ever be cars that would use the Eagle 360 tires? When it comes to versatility and flexibility, it seems like nothing can match military tech, because when a unit carries out an operation, all the details are rarely known. That's why you must be ready for everything. So the new wheel designers for the Hammer have created a special wheel that can adapt to different conditions. Literally, they can change their shapes on the fly in real time. When moving on a regular surface, the wheel is round. But should the car start going downhill or off-road, the wheels turn into miniature triangular treads. And when that's no longer needed, the shape changes back, allowing the car to accelerate to high speeds. Looks cool, right? But most importantly, this can significantly increase the grip and maneuverability of US military vehicles. But the coolest and craziest wheels aren't created for regular earthly roads, they're made for driving on the moon. This creation of the company Bridgestone really looks cosmic. A very wide base to compensate for the immense weight of the moon buggy, a unique surface to provide maximum grip to the ground. If you take the moon's low gravitation into account, as well as a set of other extreme conditions, the ability to accelerate, brake, and maneuver using such wheels can be called real progress. These wheels are used in a joint moon rover project by Toyota and the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. The special structure of the wheels makes them so strong that they can withstand powerful hits and drive about 6,200 miles or 10,000 kilometers on the lunar off-roads. If you dream of Neil Armstrong's fame and want to go to the moon, keep in mind, with tires like that, it'll be quite a long ride. Our video has come to an end. You can unbuckle your safety belts and write in the comments. Which of the wheels on this list would you like for the car of your dreams? And of course, give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Lots of interesting stuff lies ahead.